Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janapala Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Ramadhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janapala Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Vanachari Yamuna Vanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha, Gopinath Radha, Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha, Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radha, Gopinath Radha, Gopinath Radhe. Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe. Jaya Jagannath, Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Devi Subhadra. Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Devi Subhadra. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Devi Subhadra. Jagannath Swami, Jaya Baladeva, Nilachala Chandra mein, Jaya Jagannath, Nilachala Chandra mein, Prabhu Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Nilachala Chandra mein, Prabhu Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Devi Subhadra. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jai Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Gaura Gaura Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Gaura Gaura. Jaya Nimanitai, 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 Nimanitai. Jaya Gaura Hare, Gaura Hare, Nadia Bihari, Gaura Hare, Gaura Hare, Gaura Hare, Nadia Bihari, Gaura Hare, Jaya Lakshmi Nishima, Jaya Lakshmi Nishima, Lakshmi Nishima, Jaya Lakshmi Nishima. Hare Bhagavan Jaya Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Prabhupada. Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Prabhupada. Bhakti Siddhanta. Jaya Bhai Charana Jaya Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Jaya Prabhupada. Abhay Charana Jaya Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jai Gaura Hari Bo Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Gaura Hari Bo Hare Bo Hare Bo Hare Bo Jai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hare Bo Hari Bo Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parevra Kacharya Stotra Satchi Srimad. His Divine Grace is confound Acharya Vaishnava Vinajaka Guru Srila Prabhupada Ke. Jai Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parevra Kacharya Stotra Sat Srimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Prabhupada Ke. Ananta Gauti Vaishnava Vrindai Ke. Namacharya Brahmachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ke. Primsigao Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Govara Bhakta Vindai Ke. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ke. Vrindavan Dham Ke. Mathura Dham Ke. Dwaraka Dham Ke. Jagannath Puri Dham Ke. Shri Navadvipa Mayapur Dham Ke. Samaveda Bhakta Vindai Ke. Govara Bhakta Vinda Ke. Itai Gora Premanande. Glories to some of the devotees. Oh, glories to some of the devotees. Oh, glories to some of the devotees. Oh, glories, oh, glories, oh, glories to the beautiful lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Narayana Namaskritya Naranchaiva Naruttamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasan Tato Dayam Mudirayet Nasta Praya Swabhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamasloke Bhakti Bhagavati Nastike Om Nam Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Agyanam Trimanandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Malitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utabharakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajevam Sadvetam Sabadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshware Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakapata Rubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, text number 29 to 30. Sanskrit recitation. 1, Canto 1, Chapter 7, text number 29 to 30. Sota Ovacha Srutva Bhagavata Proktam Pargona Paraviraha Spritva Pastam Parikramya Brahmam Brahmastram Sandadhe. Canto 1, Chapter 7, text number 29. Sota Ovacha Srutva Bhagavata Proktam Bhargona Paraviraha Spritva Pastam Parikramya Brahmam Brahmastram Sandate. Sota Ovacha Srutva Bhagavata Proktam Bhargona Paraviraha Spritva Pastam Parikramya Brahmam Brahmastram Sandate. Try. Shuta Uvacha Srutva Bhagavatam Proktam Paramagona Paraviraha Spritva Pastam Parikramya Brahma Brahmastram Sandade. Sutta Uvacha Srutva Bhagavata Proktam Paraguna Paraviraha Spritva Pastam Parikramya Brahmam Brahmastram Sandade. Word for word translation. Sutta Goswami Uvacha said, Shrutva, after hearing, Bhagavata, by the personality of Godhead, Proktam, what was said, Parguna, another name of Sri Arjuna, Paraviraha, the killer of the opposing warrior, Spritva, after touching water, Apaha, water, Tam, him, Parikramya, circumambulating, Brahmam, the Supreme Lord, Brahmastram, the Supreme Weapon, Sandadhe, acted on. Translation. Sri Sutta Goswami said, hearing this from the personality of Godhead, Arjuna touched water for purification, and after circumambulating the Lord, Sri Krishna, he cast his Brahmastra weapon to counteract the other one. So we continue with the text 30, because this has no purport. Samhatyanyo yam uvayus tejasi shara samvrite avritya rudasi kamcha vavridhati rikavanivat. Word for translation. Samhatva, by combination of anyoyam, more than anyoyam, one another. Ubayo of pot. Tejasi, the glass. Shara, weapon. Sambrete, covering. Avretia, covering. Rovdasi, the complete firmament. Kamcha, outer space also. Vavredyate, increasing. Arka, the sun globe. Vanhivat, like fire. Translation. When the rays of the two Brahmastras combined, the great circle of fire, like the disk of the sun, covered all outer space and the whole firmament of planets. Purport. The heat created by the flash of the Brahmastra resembles the fire exhibited in the sun globe at the time of the cosmic annihilation. The radiation of atomic energy is very insignificant in comparison to the heat produced by a Brahmastra. The atomic bomb explosion can at utmost blow up one globe, but the heat produced by the Brahmastra can destroy the whole cosmic situation. The comparison is therefore made to the heat at the time of annihilation. Hare Krishna. Namam Vishnu Vidaya Krishna Kristaya Bhutale Shade Bhakti Sri Sutta Goswami said, hearing this from the personality of Godhead, Arjuna touched water for purification, and after circumambulating the Lord, Sri Krishna, he cast his Brahmastra weapon to counteract the other one. So, why did Arjuna touch water? Huh? As a warrior who is going to, a warrior on the battlefield, what did he need purification for? He was not going to do meditation. He was not going to do japa. But then he had to touch water before. Why?
He's simulated Krishna. So if Krishna is pure, so going to Krishna to purify from.
Okay, that is makes another. Why? What Prabhu said, he has said is 10. But even in what Krishna said, he said, Sutta Goswami said, after, he didn't touch water before circumambulation. It was after circumambulation that he touched water. So why, even after, circumambulating Krishna means, what is the meaning of parikram? Yes, that is the basic understanding. Parikram means heavy step. That in every step that we take by circumambulating around the sacred item, be it a deity or place of pilgrimage or a holy person or something, it means that every step that one takes, one gets purified from the sinful activity. So after Arjuna has circumambulated around Krishna, he has reached. What did he need again to touch the water for purification? Why? Yes, because Arjuna could understand that this weapon that he is casting, this weapon that he is going to call the Brahmastra, in the purport properly explained, Brahma Astra, supreme weapon. So in order for him to attract that supreme weapon, he had to have that external and internal cleanliness. It is said that water has the power to purify. That every day one's hand should touch water. And every day the hand should touch water, it should touch fire, it should touch yogurt, it should touch milk, it should touch ghee, it should touch all the panchapatras. That is why every day we devotees, we put Charanamrita within the hearts to get that purification. So it is very important that devotees, before you do any sacred activity, one has to first purify externally and internally. I remember the last time we read, Prabhupada said that it is important that this devotee maintain external cleanliness by bathing at least twice a day. So in moments that one wants to do any, like for example, if you are going to the altar, one has to do achamaniyam. You have to do achamaniyam, purify the hands, the head, everything. And then you do all the nyanyas, all the mudras, all those stuff, just to have that external cleanliness as well as the mental sanctity to be able to have that qualification to serve the Lord. So Arjuna did this so that he could have the power or that cleanliness to request the Brahmastra to come and protect him. So it is very important that cleanliness, it is a virtue of a Brahmana. One has to be clean. He said in the Bhagavad Gita 1842, the qualities of a Brahmana, Samoda Master Pasa Ucham Sanchinya Ajabama Yabacha, Ganam Vigana Master Kyam, Brahma Karma Swapapajam. Cleanliness, self-control, that is the first in cleanliness. So for one to be in the mode of sattva gun, the first thing which is required is cleanliness. So after he gained that external cleanliness, then he did the needful by casting his Brahmastra weapon. And you could understand even from the Mahabharata, we could hear that every time that they are going to cast very special weapon, they have to touch water first. Just like the sannyasis, he walks around with his danda and with his ashamana pots, the pots that he's going to, which is filled with water, which he uses to purify himself, and his cooking, that is it. Because it is very important, he might go to places where he might not have access to water to purify himself. But then he has to chant his Gayatri, he has to do his japa, do whatever, read. Before you even read the scriptures, one have to do achamaniyam. Before we even chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we have to do achamaniyam. But these days we don't. After taking prasadam, we just go and put our hands on the japa pack and chant Hare Krishna Hare Rama. But we have to do that. It is very important. It is said that even before you eat, you have to first wash the feet and wash the hands. And after eating, you have to first wash your feet. After eating, you have to wash your feet, wash your hands. Then you can practice whatever activity that you are doing. And also, where you sat down to eat, that place have to be wiped with water. It has to be sanctified. Otherwise, they say the place is contaminated. This is the etiquette that devotees should follow. But you see a devotee, after taking prasadam, you take his Gayatri thread, you start chanting Gayatri or chanting his japa. But that is not the system. One has to do the purification to be able to have the right consciousness to chant the mantra. And in text 30, it said that when the rays of the two Brahmastras combined, the great circle of fire, like the disk of the sun, covered all outer space and the whole firmament of planets. What is a firmament? Can you search firmament? Firmament is like, let's hear what Google says. Every planet has its layer of coverings, what protects the planets from any distraction from outer space. So in the atmospheric levels, there is this platform what we call the firmament. And it is this firmament that mostly people argue that our so-called scientists who said they have gone to the moon never went, because it is said that this firmament cannot be crossed by any mechanical means. Please read what it says.
Firmament, the heavens or skies.
Can you louder?
Firmament, the heavens or skies.
Where did you say that?
Firmament means the skies or heavens, especially as imagined as a solid dome stretched over the earth.
Yes. So that is the dome. Like sometimes it is called like the shield. which covers the outer layers of the planet or the globe, which prevents any other extra terrestrial or extra anything in outer space to just penetrate into the globe. Or it also protects anybody from also leaving the globe and going out. So this has created a lot of controversies that these scientists never went to the moon, because this firmament cannot be, like, you cannot cross over the firmament. So they said that when Arjuna drew his Brahmastra and it met with that, these two Brahmastras came together, it created a circle of fire. I had to say it was like a ripple effect. Once also what they idea to more like that, that circle which forms, I find a ripple effect, it expands like that. And when both of them came together, that friction, it caused that, that expansion, that circle. And Prabhupada and Prabhupada explained that this cannot be compared to any so-called atomic weapon. Whatever weapon now, the whole world, everybody is boasting of having very serious danger, weapons. Russia is boasting, the US is boasting, India is boasting, Israel is boasting. Everybody is boasting of how powerful what kind of weapon that he has. But none of these weapons can stand in front of the Brahmastra. Prabhupada explained the purpose that these atomic weapons can at most destroy an entire globe. Globe means like one planet. But this Brahmastra has the power of destroying the whole universe. Because imagine, it is said that the heat that comes from it, it resembles the fire which causes the universal annihilation. When the time for universal cataclysm to start, time I rehearsing in Abesa, there is a fire which is produced by the dance of Mahadev, of Lord Shiva. His beautiful rhythmic sweet dance causes the annihilation and produces this fire. And it is also said that fire comes from the mouth of Anantashesh, and that heat destroys the entire universe. So when these two Brahmastra came together, it is said that the power that it produced was almost as if that of the universal fire, which destroys, which is meant to destroy the universes. So it gives an understanding that, in those days they were very civilized. They had much power, and in these days we think that when we talk about 5,000 years ago or whatever, there's a conception of Stone Age, like people were living in stones and they were not even fully human. They were having this big head and all those stuff. But then they were very civilized. They didn't need to be in the lab to create these bombs or these weapons. They were able to call the weapon by the power of mantra, tantra. It is a mantra, tantra, yantra. These three things have the power to invoke all auspicious or inauspicious things. So Arjuna used the power of mantra to invoke the Brahmastra for his protection. And not just his protection, the protection of all others. Because when this Brahmastra was invoked, the Brahmastra had the power to destroy the whole universe. So Arjuna thought it wise that it was his duty to protect the whole world. So we can imagine, just not too long ago, Varahadev came to save Mother Earth by the greediness of Reyangsha. And not too long ago, this Brahmana, this Brahma Bandhu, he's trying to destroy the same earth by this Brahmastra weapon. So the demons are always, and they say demon crazy. The demons are always crazy. That is what they call democracy. And they are having different ways to try to destroy the world with different mechanisms, different ways. That is their only work. As we speak, somebody is in a laboratory creating sophisticated weapons to destroy the world, to create poisonous weapons, to create different viruses, to destroy the world. I mean, for them, that is their goal of life. That is their dharma. So, as devotees, just as these demons are always having different mechanisms or different ways to destroy the world, devotees should also have the same energy. We should use the same energy to try to save the world. We have the strongest weapon, which is much more powerful than any atomic weapon, much more powerful than any Brahmastra weapon. And what is that? Nama Sankirtan. This Nama Sankirtan, this chanting of the holy, congregational chanting of the holy name, it is so powerful that thousands and billions of Brahmastras come together. And devoted, we have that weapon. And it is our duty to utilize that weapon to counteract the ill effect of the Kali Yuga. So that is why we say devotees are very powerful, because they have this ability. So today also marks the appearance of His Divine Grace Param Puja Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj, who is the founder and the Acharya of the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. Of course, the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition was created by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. But then it was Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada who made it an institution, who made it like a movement. And he created 64 temples, not just any temples, marble, beautiful temples, to serve as embassies or offices for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So we are from the Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. And he was like the Acharya, or he is still the Acharya of this Sampradaya. And Srila Prabhupada, our Jagaguru, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, also came from this Brahma Gaudiya Sampradaya. He was a direct disciple of His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. His name, Bhakti Siddhanta. It is said that from his childhood, he was called the walking encyclopedia, because Nanitika come from Nanitika. He was extremely intelligent, very intelligent. And do you know that the Gaudiya, the Vaishnava calendar we are having now, it was given to us by him. He was Paka, as an astrologer. He was first class astrologer. But he was so intelligent that, and his father, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that when it was time, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur asked him that he should take initiation. He should try to take initiation. And who did he recommend to take initiation from? Who did Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj take initiation from? Who is his spiritual master? Anybody? Who is the spiritual master of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur? Huh? Why? Yes, I'm kind of into one. Into wine. Wine. Who? Huh? Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Yes. Because it means that all of you didn't know. And come back and say, in a class, I'm not making it. If you knew it was him, you would have said the same thing. That is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. But we should know this because these are our acharyas. We are following their footsteps. They are the ones who came to teach us, give us this system that we are following now. And if we don't know them, then what do we know? What should we know other than this? So that was his guru. And okay, let's read something from here. So today, as we celebrate the 152nd Vyasa Puja of Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrakacharya Shishimar Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, here's an excerpt from Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. Prabhupada, my Guru Maharaj's contribution is that he defeated the Kis Goswamis. He defeated Brahmanism. He did the same way as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Kiba Vipra Kipa Nyasi Sudra Kene Nanya Jai Krishna Tattvaveti Se Guru Haya. There is no consideration whether one is a sannyasi, a brahmana, a shudra, or a grihasta. No. Anyone who knows the science of Krishna, he is all right. He is a Goswami. He is a brahmana. But no one else taught that since Lord Chaitanya. This was my Guru Maharaj's contribution. And for this reason, he had to face so many vehement protests from these Brahmana caste Goswamis. Once they conspired to kill him. My Guru Maharaj told me personally, by his grace, when we used to meet alone, he used to talk about so many things. He was so kind that he used to talk with me, and he personally told me these people, they wanted to kill him. They collected 25,000 rupees and went to bribe the police officer in charge of that area, saying, you take these 25,000 rupees. We shall do something against Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, and you don't take any steps. He could understand that they wanted to kill him. So the police officer frankly came to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Of course, we accept bribes and we indulge in such things, but not for a sadhu, not for a saintly person. I cannot dare. So the police officer refused and said to my Guru Maharaj, you take care. This is the position. So vehemently they protested. So you see, anybody who tries to speak the truth, stand by the truth, and always live by the truth will never be liked by society. He will always be having a lot of opposition. What did Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati do? His only fault was that he was preaching Krishna consciousness as it is. That it is not just enough to call yourself a Brahmana, or you call yourself a son of a Brahmana. Like see what is happening here. It is not enough to call yourself a son of a Brahmana if you are not acting by Brahmana, as a Brahmana by qualities. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he refuted that caste system that if your father is a Brahmana, then automatically a Brahmana. So does it mean that if your father is a doctor, you are also a doctor? The amount se kind of call a surgery when a Christian call for. So being a Brahmana, Brahmanical qualities are not inherited. They are manifested by the practice of that personality through the blessings of a bona fide spiritual master. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur completely speaks against this caste system. And that was his problem. And these people call themselves Brahmanas. He said a Brahmana should be clean, a Brahmana should be self-controlled, austere. But then because they were not clean, they were not self-controlled, they were not austere, they were not peaceful, they wanted to kill Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I mean, for a Brahmana, what is the duty, what is killing in the life of a Brahmana? If actually what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was saying was wrong, why should they be killing or having the intent to kill if they were actually Brahmanas? Their actions proved otherwise, that they were not Brahmanas. They were Brahmanas by name only or by thread only. So they made several attempts. This is one of them. They made several attempts. Even it got to a time that he was going to Vrindavan, they were stoning him. They had to change clothes with somebody to be able to have his life saved. This is what a sadhu has to go through to preach Krishna consciousness. There was a time he went to his mother's Okwanemame's samadhi, where his mother's tomb or his samadhi was, and he went there to, sometimes when you go to the funeral or the cemetery of your beloved to offer flowers and all that. So he went to, offer his heart to his mother. So whilst he was there, and that place was like an island, there were people who have heard that these same demons, these so-called Brahmanes, they had heard that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta is on this island alone. So they planned that they all come there, gang against him, surround him, and just kill him. They wanted to smash his body, that his face will not even be recognizable. See how demonic they were. So when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was on his mother's tomb praying like this, his mother's he fell asleep, kind of into samadhi, and his mother came to his dream and told him that these people are coming. There are people who are coming to kill you. But then I'm going to give you one special mantra. That mantra is going to protect you, and you should say it loud. And by calling out this mantra, none of these dacoits can lay a finger on you. So in the dream, his mother gave him the mantra. So he started reciting the mantra. And do you know what that mantra was? That was the Nishimha mantra that we pray. One by Veda Vyas. Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadayine Hiranyankashi Purvakshaha Siratanka Nakalaye Ito Nisimha Parato Nisimha Yato Yamitato Nisimha Baye Nisimha Redaye Nisimha Narasimha Madim Saranam Prapade. This mantra, Tavak, and it was this mantra that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was chanting seriously. He was chanting. And when these people were coming, the moment they tried to get closer, their boats were capsized. And they were coming with boats, with canoes. So as soon as they tried to get closer, their boat would sink. So those who were from the distance, they could realize that something is happening. And as soon as they realized the problem, they all decided that, no, this personality is not somebody we should joke with. So in their hearts, they repented. So because they had that repented consciousness, they were able to get to the island. And all those personalities who actually repented, they came and then they fell at the feet of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And they offered their lives to him, that they have surrendered. Now they have offered themselves to him, that if he is so kind, if he is so merciful, please, he should accept them as his disciple. Because to counteract the effect of their sinful activity, they had to offer their lives to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So it was from that moment that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was called the Lion Guru. They gave him that title. And he became so popular, he had many followers because of that. And that was the introduction of the Nrsimha prayers in the Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Before that, we didn't have Nrsimhadev on the altar. For us, only we knew about Gaura Nitai and Radha Krishna. But then Nrsimhadev was introduced, from which started from this Leela of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So when you go to Mayapur now, everybody knows him as the Lion Guru. And he was also Lion Guru because of the gravity of his preaching. He doesn't care whether you're a government official, whether you're a sannyas, you're a brahmana, you're a sudra. He will tell you the truth, your faith as it is. And if you like cry, if you like smile, he has done his job, you go. There was a time that he was invited to come in an assembly of preachers to deliberate about spiritual life and all that, the philosophy. And he was in the midst of impersonalists. So the impersonalists, when they saw that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was amongst them, they told the man who actually, who was the organizer of the gathering, that they should not allow him, he should not allow Srila Bhaktisiddhanta to talk. And he also agreed, he didn't allow them to talk, because the Mayavadis were plenty, and they were having the big positions. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta did not talk. So after everything was over, the etiquette is that he has to serve them with food, prasadam and all that. So this man called Srila Bhaktisiddhanta that he wanted to escort him to where he's going to take his prasadam. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said, what am I going to do there? He said, to take prasadam. He said, you will not allow me to speak. So what I cannot eat. I can only eat something when I have preached about Krishna. So since you have not given me the opportunity to preach, then I don't have any qualification to eat in your house. And the man knew that if a sadhu leaves the house without taking prasadam, or if he leaves the house being angry, then his whole family is dead. His whole family, they are going to be ruined in hell. So he had to hold the feet of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and beg and plead. So this was the kind of person that he was. He was extremely strict. He was bold and submissive at the same time. And it is this same personality who empowered our own Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, Srila Bhaktivedanta, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada to come to the West, preach Krishna consciousness, and now we are all reaping the benefits. Have you all heard that video where Srila Prabhupada was crying and he said that you have all come here because it is my guru who have sent all of you to come. And he said, thank you all for helping me. Thank you. That I'm very grateful to you for helping me. And he said, it is my guru who sent all of you to come and help me. That is the humility of Srila Prabhupada. And yes, of course, whenever the guru gives instruction, the instruction comes along with a potency with which one can execute the instruction. That is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the Lion Guru, he who we are celebrating today. And his life's mission was to preach Krishna consciousness, even to the last breath. And that should be the mood of all of us who claim that we are also followers of the same parampara of His Divine Grace. Hare Krishna. So we'll end here. If there are any questions, comments, or contributions, feel free to ask. Any question? Comments? Hare Krishna.
Your explanation about the firmament, you said these scientists, they claim they go to other planets, but because of this firmament, they cannot just go through that after panel. I want to know, is it the same as the Brahma Jyoti?
No, it's not the same as the Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Jyoti is only found outside the material world. It is said that when one is crossing, Brahma Jyoti is not in the universe, it's not in our universe. It's something we call the universal cataclysm, like the whole cosmos. That is all the material world combined. When you leave the outer covering of the material world, then there is a place where there is extreme fire. You cross all the 5 cross elements, the fire, earth, water, ether, air, and all that. Then you reach complete dense darkness. So after that dense darkness, that is where you go to Brahma Jyoti. The Brahma Jyoti is spiritual effulgence, spiritual light. So firmament is not Brahma Jyoti. Firmament is more or less like a bubble. Just like we see when you blow in a bubble, that bubble, it is a thick layer which is not visible to the naked eye, which protects the globe. It's just like an egg. You see the egg has a shell. The yolk is in the middle and the white surface protect the yolk. But so firmament is like that. It's that layer, almost transparent, which covers the globe from the excessive heat of the sun, from many other things, from just, getting directly to the planet. So every planet has that firmament. It's just like the borderline, which cannot be easily crossed. So one has to, I have to say, American is a portal. If one does not have that access, you cannot, cross that portal. Hare Krishna. So the yogis, they knew the power. They knew how to cross the firmament without breaking it. But if you want to use some mechanical thing to hit it, and it will not work. Now this year they are claiming that this year they are going to go to the moon again. Crazy stuff. So just I think 2 years ago, India also claimed that they went. So let's see what, maybe very soon Ghana will also go to the moon. I see the moon and the moon sees me. So that is it. So if there are no other questioning comments, we will end the class here. Jai Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Ki Mahamahosava Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Vyasa Puja Ki Jaga Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Guru Parampara Vrinda Ki Nitai Gaura Premanande Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki. So let's back to the Maharaj Ki Jai.